Hey folks, Chapter 6, Advanced Tutorials, Adding or Removing Editable Regions from within the DWT. Now, if you're not really sure what that is, it's probably a good idea that you go to a place like lynda.com or one of those online learning resources where you can learn about Expression Web and how it works with dynamic web templates before you jump into this section. There are great online resources such as lynda.com and their tutorials on the essentials of Expression Web, which go through working with DWTs in great detail. And you can also learn a lot more from the help section within the editor. That would be, user guide and online community, things like that. What I want to show you is in this particular product how the editable regions, you can add or remove them from the dynamic web templates included with your product. In your site, you have the templates folder and the DWT. Now, folks who have worked with these before, piece of cake. If you've not worked with it before, please make a backup of your site, or at least a backup or a copy of the template DWT, so you can always have something to fall back on. Now, if you want to remove an editable region from a page, as you go through here in Code View, you'll see there are pretty much the entire DWT is made up of editable regions. Really what the DWT and these templates do, it just supports the framework, the div containers and the columns in the product. And we use CSS to do everything else. And we use editable regions to either put library components, include pages, or to put text regions, editable text regions within the page. But if you're going to remove an editable region, and let's use one down here as a good example, this special to, this is where we often put the advertising, say for the i3D Themes website in here. You may just want to get rid of that from your template altogether. Well, you can just select the begin editable and the end editable in the DWT, press delete in your keyboard and save and hit yes. Now you get to this area here, and this is the key part. The DWT or your editor is trying to match up the editable regions within the actual template pages over here with the dynamic web template, but you've taken one of those regions out. So it's saying, wait a minute, there's some information in these pages that's within an editable region that you're removing. What do you want us to do with that information? So you have to sort of look through here and see which of the regions don't match up. And as it is, we went way down here to see this here, special to. It's saying advertising top. Well, Expression Web is trying to put the content that we had in the special to region, that advertising for i3D Themes, it's now trying to stuff it into the advertising top region because there's nothing there. Or for whatever reason it does that. But we don't want it to do that. We want to get rid of it off those pages. So what you would do is just click on modify, like select the special to. In other words, find the region that doesn't match up, or remember which one you removed. Select it, click modify, and then set none. And OK, and OK. So now we've taken out the editable region from the DWT, which in turn has taken out all of the content or the editable content in the template pages to match. If we want to add our own editable region for whatever reason, like I said, this puppy is made up pretty much of all editable regions. So, maybe you'll have a reason to add something. In the troubleshooting guide, we talk about tweaking the editable regions to make to fix errors. But in this case, if you want to add one, just copy an existing region, paste it, and make sure right here where you have in the quotes the name of the region, make sure you give it a unique name, like advertising to or something like that. If you're copying an existing region, just make sure that in here between the quotes you give it a special unique name and something that maybe put a couple digits in there so make sure it doesn't conflict with anything that's already in the page.